Hi guys, it's Yonatan. Are you ready for our next book? I'm so excited because it's such a funny one. Let's start. Baxter, the Pig Who Wanted to Be Kosher by Laurel, Snyder. One fine day, when Baxter was waiting for his bus, an old man sat down beside him and said, "Oh, I wish it were sundown right now." "Why's that?" asked Baxter. He was a curious sort of pig. "Because at sundown," said the old man, "the candles gleam and glow and dance, while our sweetest voices lift in song." "They do?" asked Baxter. He had never seen a candle dance. "Certainly," said the old man. "Tonight is the beginning of Shabbat, the day of rest, and so we make a special dinner. We light the candles, sing our thanks, and raise a glass, surrounded by those we love best." "Wow," said Baxter. "That does sound like fun. That sounds terrific." "It is terrific," said the old man as his bus pulled up. Then he was gone. All week long Baxter thought about the old man's words. The candles gleam and glow and dance, while our sweetest voices lift in song. So the following Friday, Baxter hurried back to the bus stop, but the old man was nowhere to be seen. Instead, Baxter found a younger man, wearing a long white apron. After a while, Baxter cleared his throat. "Ahem, I wonder, sir, do you know anything about Shabbat dinner?" "I should hope so," replied the man in the apron. "Oh, good," said Baxter. "Will you tell me how I can be part of it?" The man in the apron stared. "You, a pig? Part of Shabbat dinner? That's impossible." "Why?" asked Baxter. "You're not kosher," said the man in the apron. "Kosher?" asked Baxter. "What's kosher?" But just then the bus arrived. That night, Baxter happened to be at the grocery store when he noticed a jar on the very top shelf. "Kosher." Read the big block letters across the jar of pickles. Why, Baxter loved pickles. That week, Baxter ate pickles. Pickles and pickles and pickles. Pickle sandwiches and pickle soup. Pickles for breakfast and pickles in bed. On Friday, he arrived at the bus stop, smelling of vinegar and lugging his jar. But this time there was a woman in a large hat sitting on the bench. When Baxter sat down beside her, she wrinkled her nose and scooched away from him. "What's with the pickle juice?" she asked. "I found kosher," Baxter said proudly. "Mazel tov," said the woman in the large hat. "So what?" "So," he said, "do you think I'm kosher yet?" The woman in the large hat just laughed. "Pickles can dress up a sandwich or brighten a day. They're good, but they aren't that good." Sadly, Baxter set down his jar. The next day, Baxter returned to the grocery store. "Excuse me, sir," he said to the store manager. "Do you have anything else kosher?" The pickles were delicious, but I'm afraid they didn't quite do the trick. The manager pointed Baxter toward an enormous pile of fresh bread. Baxter had never tasted raisin challah before. Mmm. 5 loaves later and sick to his little round stomach, he moaned, "I must be kosher by now, maybe even a little too kosher." Later that day, Baxter arrived at the bus stop. The old man had returned. "Shalom," said the old man. "Hello," said Baxter. I'm glad you're here. I've learned so much. All about pickles and challah. What do you think? Am I kosher yet? The old man looked puzzled. Do you want to be kosher? Baxter nodded. Well, now I've heard it all, said the old man. But a pig is a pig is a pig. It's too bad you aren't a cow. Cows are kosher. All week long, Baxter worked on his mooing. He acquired a handy set of horns. He cultivated a taste for clover. By Friday, he felt fairly certain he was nearly bovine. But this time when he got to the bus stop, nobody was there. He waited and waited, but nobody came. He mooed once more for good measure. Finally dejected, he took off his horns and let out a deep sigh. But just then he felt a tap on his shoulder. Looking up, Baxter found a woman with a big book standing above him. The woman said, "Hello, I'm Rabbi Rosen. Can I help you?" "Oh, I only wish you could," blurted Baxter, but I fear it's hopeless. A pig is a pig is a pig. I'll never be kosher. The rabbi gasped. Why on earth would you want to be kosher? I want to be kosher, explained Baxter, so that I can be part of Shabbat dinner. I gorged on pickles. I stuffed myself with challah. I mooed and grazed, and wore these silly horns for days. But nothing's working. But, said the rabbi, why would you want to get eaten? Eaten? Me? Baxter looked up sharply. Who said anything about getting eaten? I want to see the candles gleaming, glow, and dance. I long to lift my sweetest voice in song. Isn't that what Shabbat dinner's all about? The rabbi burst into laughter. Yes, those things are important. It's true. But my little pink friend, there has been a terrible misunderstanding. Although you're not kosher to eat, and never will be, everyone is welcome at Shabbat dinner. Then the rabbi opened her book and rifled through it. See, she said, look right here. It is a mitzvah to welcome a stranger. And you, my friend, are certainly strange, so I'd be most grateful if you'd join me for Shabbat dinner tonight. Baxter beamed. Oh, thank you, he said. Thank you very much. And so, at last, Baxter the pig watched the candles gleam and glow and dance. And so he raised his sweetest voice in song. And he had a wonderful time. Though it must be admitted, he made rather a mess of his kugel. The end. Thanks for joining us again. Please subscribe. Bye for now.